giving thanks for one more day. It is terrific Thursday. And of course, it's terrific because guess what? I am alive and well. Good morning, Mikey G.
Want to say a pleasant good morning to you, Lady Elise, and this morning is indeed a terrific Tuesday, Thursday, as you said. But while it is terrific Thursday, it is devastating Thursday for the land of Jamaica. We have so many family members, different persons in the diaspora who are at this time having difficulty with the hurricane that has just passed. And some persons have missing loved ones, can't seem to get a telephone call from different persons. And so it's really a troubling time for many persons. And so while it is terrific Thursday right in the Grand Cayman Islands, it's devastating Thursday or terrifying Thursday for somebody else in Jamaica at this time. So, it is one of those things. I really saw it this morning, some of the things that actually took place and transpired across the nation of Jamaica.
Yes, and as we get started, Mikey G, we are in that spirit of solidarity this morning as we recognize too what has been happening over there in Jamaica. Now, amid this destruction, there is still hope. I am, of course, Lady Elise. It's Thursday, October 30, and you're listening to the Breakfast Hour. And today, Mikey G and I will be taking you to a very abbreviated version of the Breakfast Hour. Melissa battered the island of Jamaica with powerful winds and then went over to Cuba and also ravaged that country with relentless rain, leaving behind flooding, widespread displacement, and heartbreaking loss. The government has so far confirmed at least 4 deaths and at least more than 25,000 Jamaicans remain in hurricane shelters this morning. Entire communities in St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, and St. James have been severely affected. There are power outages which continue across most of the island, and communication remains unstable in several parishes. Amid this destruction, messages of strength and solidarity continue to pour in from national leaders. One such leader, the opposition leader, Mark Golding, is calling for unity, resilience, and compassion as the nation begins the long road to recovery. In a statement on Wednesday, Mr. Golding said, "To those who have suffered loss, your pain is our pain. You are not alone." He added that while the coming days will test our endurance, the spirit of Jamaicans remain unbreakable. He went on to say, and I quote, "We are a people who have always turned trials into triumphs. By linking our hands, our hearts, we will clear the debris, we will rebuild our communities, and we will rise from this stronger than before." Mr. Golding reaffirmed that the People's National Party stands ready to support all recovery efforts, concluding with a message that captures Jamaica's heart. "This is our home, and together we will see Jamaica shine again. Let's show the world that we are and will always be Jamaica strong. One love." And so we'll be sharing a lot of messages and, of course, a lot of footage. The Prime Minister of Jamaica, Mr. Andrew Holness, of course, shared on social media images of St. James and St. Elizabeth, which we will share in short order. But as we begin this morning, we will begin in our traditional way with our daily devotions.
Good morning. This is day 29. Who may dwell in your holy hill? He who walks uprightly. Psalm 15, verses 1 and 2. What did you say? Written by Mart de Haan. At Santa Clara University in California, a researcher conducted a study of 1,500 business managers that revealed what workers value most in a supervisor. Employees said they respected a leader who shows competence, has the ability to inspire workers, and is skilled in providing direction. But there was a fourth quality they admired even more: integrity. Above all else, workers wanted a manager whose word was good, one who was known for his honesty, and one whom they could trust. While this finding holds special significance for Christian managers, it also says something to everyone who claims to be a follower of Jesus. Integrity should characterize all believers, no matter what their position may be. According to Psalm 15, truth is at the heart of every word and deed of a godly person. Since the God of the Bible always keeps his word, it follows that a godly person will be known as one who does what he says he will do. We all need to be more careful about our integrity. Do those around us admire us for our honesty? Does the Lord see us faithfully doing what we said we would do, even when it hurts? If your word is good as gold and your actions prove it true, others hearing what you say know that they can depend on you. Our quote this morning reads, "Only by being on the level can we rise in the eyes of others." End quote.
We are certainly thankful for Suzanne Long and the able way in which she presents the devotional each and every morning. Of course, we are here speaking about what's on our minds and our hearts. And as we join hands and hearts together this morning, we recognize that, it's impossible for us to just step and forget what just happened 2 days ago. Hurricane Melissa, Category 5. And still, Mikey G, still this morning, we focus on rescue efforts and what's happening over there in Jamaica. I will say, though, with reassurance, Jamaica's call for help has not gone unanswered. The United States has announced that it will deploy dozens of disaster relief workers, including urban search and rescue teams, to assist countries across the Caribbean impacted by Hurricane Melissa. According to the State Department officials, specialized teams from Los Angeles County, California, and Fairfax County, Virginia, are already en route. They'll be joined by members of the Disaster Assistance Response Team from Washington, Miami, and Costa Rica. These workers are expected to arrive within the next 24 to 48 hours, where they'll support local staff in Jamaica, the Bahamas, and the Dominican Republic, while also coordinating outreach to neighboring Haiti. The U.S. State Department described its response as robust, efficient, and effective. Officials have expressed confidence that the operation will move swiftly, ensuring aid reaches those most in need. It's reassuring to know that help is on the way, both from abroad and from right here at home, as local agencies continue to work around the clock. So much happening, Mikey G, and I know persons here in the Cayman Islands have also been motivated and mobilized, because I've seen several notices come out from the Red Cross here in the Cayman Islands, as well as ADRA, the Adventist Relief Agency.
I think everybody is coming out now and, of course, showing what they actually are made of and why they were formed in the first place. And so we want to thank all the agencies that are out offering relief at this time, and of course thank them for doing so, and to actually be present in the communities at this time, at a time of need, when persons are really struggling at this time with the loss of not just property, but the what you call the uncertainty of the location of loved ones, and because of the telephone service, the internet service is down, and the electricity is down. Many persons are unable, ladies, to really reach their loved ones to actually confirm their safety. And I think amidst all the property damage, I think the most important of all of this, and priority one, is the safety of each individual in this disaster that just took place. So I believe that it's going to take a little minute. It's going to take a minute to come for everyone to actually confirm and to be feeling a little bit better. Right now, lots of hearts are racing for different reasons. Can't understand. Some people can't understand why. And at this point, they are still wondering if there's a God who would have answered a prayer, because you would have prayed, and yet still, this is the devastation that you experience, right? So it is difficult, and it's not just for persons, and this is especially for the person who claim the idea of Christianity. That's especially for that person. For that person, they would say, imagine, I am a Christian. I pray to the God that protects and allow David to kill Goliath. But yet still, this is my condition at this time. And I am actually in a dismal place. And I know that many Christians, at least in those areas, are actually in a dismal place with their God right now, thinking that God has abandoned them, and, don't know what to say now. Persons who are not Christians mock those who are at that point, to say, imagine, you and I don't pray to God, and you pray to God, and you get mashed up worse than me. My house is secure, but your house is totally destroyed. And I can understand that's happening right now. I can see that while somebody might not verbalize it, yes, it is a thought that runs through the minds of persons who don't adhere to this godly principle, so to speak, as one would want to. But, as it says, disasters and these things are not God-like, are not because of God's wrath on us, but because of the enemy who has come in and has, of course, brought sin into the world. And so humankind is always under attack because of this one thing. And so this morning, we want to, in solidarity with our persons across, our VIPs and our friends, our family members across the landscape of the diaspora, we are in solidarity with you, because you are not knowing what's happening to your family in Jamaica. And so this morning broadcast is to just bring that message home this morning, Elise.
Well, this morning, just an update, this morning the National Works Agency teams are still out clearing major roads and bridges, while JPS continues efforts to restore power to hospitals, shelters, and water facilities. And the government has launched its official relief and recovery website to help Jamaicans access vital support. So that website, as we have shared, is www.supportjamaica.gov.jm. That's www.supportjamaica.gov.jm. This platform provides real-time updates on relief operations and shelters, options to donate to recovery efforts, and assistance for locating loved ones or requesting help. So please share this link widely. Every bit of awareness helps someone find the help they need. That's www.supportjamaica.gov.jm. And of course, that web address is also in our description if you're on Facebook or YouTube listening this morning. Even the hardest times, the spirit of Jamaica shines brightest. Across the island, churches, youth groups, and neighbors are working together, cooking meals, sharing supplies, and helping clear debris. Mikey G, I know we want to share footage, actual footage of St. Elizabeth and St. James, which are two of the countries that have been impacted significantly by.
As you see, you can see the devastation that has taken place, and this is an aerial view from the Prime Minister's did a aerial view yesterday, and this
This
is
is
what
in St. Elizabeth.
yes, this is what it looks like on the ground in St. Elizabeth. Of course, for those who don't know, St. Elizabeth is a parish that is what we call a farming parish, one of those
Breadbasket.
parish. That's what they call it. And so St. Elizabeth is that place that, you know, brings that vegetation, that
Yes.
meat to your table.
Mm-hmm.
And when you are seeing the devastation, it means that food is now going to be a situation for many persons because there's going to be a crisis in that department. I am sure that there will be some level of importations to mitigate against this. But, you know, for a country that should provide for itself and unable to do so, you are like beggars to those who actually will feed you, you know. And so I feel very badly for our country right now as we speak. You know, it's not. There's no words, Lady Elise, to say. There's no words.
I do understand that there is a team being organized here in the Cayman Islands, which will go down and actually afford some support as well. And the Flashpoint team would want to be a part of that effort as we stand in solidarity. And this is just day two after. It's going to be certainly a long road to recovery.
Well, I guess we're going to move over to St. James. I'm going to give a aerial view of what St. James look like.
Yes.
Let's give a little bit of that. And of course, this is St. James, and it is definitely, you know, a lot of persons experience a lot of flooding, landslides.
Yeah, this is in Catchinall area, and in Catchinall there are actually a lot of commercial properties that are down there as well. There's a mega mart that's closed in Catchinall, St. James, and the Barnett River is in close proximity, and I understand that Barnett River banks were totally overwhelmed by the water, which sent water running into the community.
Let's get some audio now. Well, as you see, this is the aftermath of the hurricane, and you can see some of the effects of it. You know, the roadways are being cleared now, or at some point was impossible.
Yeah.
Yesterday, this morning, persons are possibly asked not to venture out if it's not necessary. while services are provided to clear roads and to secure communities. Because at this point, one of the main reasons why it's not very good to be out walking about is because there's loose power lines that may have been torn down and is in water. And of course, if you step in the water, as it is, water, as if you know, is a conductor of electricity. So you will be electrocuted. And so it is a very good, it's not a very wise idea to be out and about too early until the response team come out from the various organizations or utilities, especially the JPS at this time, to basically secure these wires so it don't harm anyone.
So, the latest update from the JPS, Mikey G, because I know how difficult it is to even think about functioning without these essential, well, what we consider essential. I think we had a discussion, light or water, which one could you really do without? And we recognize that persons are presently without electricity and water supply. So there's a power restoration schedule post-Hurricane Melissa, which was updated yesterday from the JPS. And of course, here, Kingston and St. Andrew, downtown halfway tree, New Kingston restoration expected November 5 to 7. Rural St. Andrew, November 11 to 14. And as we go over to Hanover, Lucy and Green Island, November 9 to 12. Hopewell and Sandy Bay, November 13. So it's St. James, Montego Bay, November 7 to 10. Iron Shore, Rosal, November 12. And Trove, Adelphi, November 14 to 17. So as you see there, the task is a mammoth task, but not an impossible one. And we are standing in solidarity. If you are in a situation that a lot of persons are now, that anxiety, not hearing from a loved one, be reassured, there's still hope, because what is happening that the power is out and the cell supply is still limited. I remember after Ivan, it took a little while, and I think I was in Jamaica at that time, it took a little while for the restoration of cell service. And so we have to be patient with the process. I know it's a moment of anxiety, but we have to, at this point, the airports are not all open. Montego Bay, Sangster International Airport is not yet open, but the airport, the Norman Manley International Airport, is currently open. I saw a notice, Cayman Airways will be traveling into Kingston today. So certainly we are slow but sure. We are getting there one day at a time. As we close this morning's program, however, we remember the families who are grieving, those still waiting for power or communication, and those in shelters praying for home. You are not alone. Help is coming, and together with faith, with unity, with love, we will rise again. To everyone listening, hold on to hope. Check on your neighbors and keep Jamaica in your prayers. I'm Lady Elise, joined by the one and only.
Okay, Mike is here, of course, in studios of Flashpoint this morning. And of course, we want to say to our viewers and listeners this morning, we thank you for staying with us and sticking. And of course, we bring news and bring updates for you all week, and of course into the night as well. Of course, remember our web radio continues to play all day, and of course additional information will be on that medium that you can always listen to. Of course, this is an international way to listen to Flashpoint, and so if you're in the diaspora, you're able to actually hear the broadcast and what we are talking about each day right here. Of course, if you didn't like or share, please go ahead and do so now, and of course hit the notification bell that whenever time one of these videos comes out, you will get it first. Of course, this is Flashpoint Media right here in the Grand Cayman Islands. And of course, we're happy that we are a part of the community that you are.
Have a good day, everyone. See you tomorrow, same time, same place, as we keep you connected as to what is happening in Jamaica. We will reach out to members of the VIP team as well, Mikey G. There are members in our group that has been affected by the horrible storm, hurricane that impacted Jamaica just 2 days ago. Have a wonderful and a terrific Thursday.